Hello everyone, an earthly greeting to each one of you. Welcome back to another video. You are now listening and watching again another video lesson for your homeschool learning on science with teacher Riva. In today's video, you are going to learn the previous topic again and learn some new science concepts for today. You will be with me again at this period of time. So better prepare your notebooks or something that you can write on. Get your pen as well and copy important information as we go along the video. Again, please do ready your notebooks or something that you can write on. Please prepare your pen as well and copy, jot down notes as we go along the video lesson. Are you ready? If everything is set, then let's begin this video lesson. Let's recap the layers of the Earth's atmosphere. Layers of the Earth's atmosphere. Last time, on the last video, you did recognize what are the names and descriptions of the Earth's atmosphere. What is found above the Earth's atmosphere? That's what you're going to learn again for another time on this video. What would be our first layer? Let's try to see. Look at the picture above. You look at the Earth's figure. The first semicircle would be for the layer called starts with letter T. What is it? It is very good. It's the layer called troposphere. Now, can you repeat one more time? Troposphere. It's Troposphere. Troposphere. Again, the troposphere is the lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere. If we start directly above the Earth's surface, troposphere is the lowest layer of the Earth's atmosphere. In that layer, we can see the different types of clouds. The clouds that you've known with the previous videos, right? What are those types of clouds? We have cirrus, we have cumulus cloud, stratus clouds, nimbus clouds. Usually, or most of the time, it's found on this layer. Troposphere is where most type of clouds are found. You can also see it in the picture above. And among all the layers of the atmosphere, the troposphere is the wettest layer. Again, the troposphere is the wettest layer of the atmosphere. It's the most wet, not the most dry atmosphere of the Earth. Alright, the first layer directly above the surface of the sun is what do you call? Very good. It's the troposphere. Good job. Now let's move on to the second. Directly above the troposphere is another layer of the Earth's atmosphere. It's what? It is said as the stratosphere. Again, please repeat after me. Stratosphere. It's S-T-R-A-T-O-S-P-H-E-R-E. Stratosphere. Look at the descriptions. The stratosphere is the second layer of the atmosphere going upwards. If you go up, it is the second layer of the Earth's atmosphere, which is above the troposphere. Okay. This is where ozone can be abundantly found. This is where ozone, not the layer. Ozone can be abundantly found in this layer. In this layer, we can almost see the ozone layer that has a lot or abundantly produces ozones, which protect the Earth from harmful rays. Okay, and last, this layer is dry and few clouds appear here. Again, let's read together. This layer is dry. Unlike the troposphere, right? The troposphere is wet. This layer is dry and few clouds appear here. Clouds appear in the stratosphere, but not as much as the troposphere does. Okay, what is this layer called? Very good, it's the stratosphere. Good job. Now let's move up. And the third one is 1, 2, 3. What layer of the Earth's atmosphere is this? Okay, it's the mesosphere. Mesosphere. It's spelled as M-E-S-O-S-P-H-E-R-E. Mesosphere. The mesosphere is the layer above the stratosphere and below the thermosphere. It's directly above the stratosphere. Okay. And it is much drier than the troposphere. Listen, when we try to go up and up towards the atmosphere, the air there becomes drier. Unlike when we are still in the troposphere, the atmosphere is wet. But when we try to go up, it becomes drier. And on electrical charge, like this one, the orange one, it is akin to a lightning, but in the mesosphere, a kind of electrical charge can be seen called Sprite or ELS. In the mesosphere, you can expect to have an odd electrical charge and is called Sprite? This one, Sprite or else? Can you see the orange figure on the picture above? It's kind of the same with lightning, but it's not a lightning. It is, researchers called it a Sprite or else. Okay, what layer is this? Very good. It's the Earth's mesosphere. Very good. Now let's move on to the fourth layer going up. What is the fourth layer going up? Can you count it by yourself? Okay, very good. Now we have the thermosphere. Again, we have here the thermosphere. Again, repeat after me. Thermosphere. Okay. Thermosphere is the layer above the thermosphere and below the exosphere. Layer above the mesosphere and below the exosphere. The air density is low, thus space shuttle tend to orbit Earth within this layer. Look at this one, here is a space shuttle, because researchers believe that the air here is same like the outer space already. That's why space shuttle have tendencies to orbit around here. And as I have said last time, aurora happens here. This green lighting, this is the northern and the southern light, and when it goes together, it creates very beautiful lightning, which we call the aurora, or the northern and the southern light. It is found in the thermosphere. And lastly, we have the exosphere. Again, exosphere. The exosphere is the outermost layer of the Earth's atmosphere, and the air here is very, very thin, extremely thin, and it is the layer that separates the rest of the atmosphere from the outer space. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 layers of the atmosphere that separates us from the outer space. If we do not know how to take care of our Earth will be destroyed. So, what are the things you are going to do? You are going to take care of it by doing simple ways to save Mother Earth. Like, first, as I have said, we need to conserve water. Repeat after me. Conserve water. Very good. Do not waste water. Instead, conserve and preserve it. Another way to save Mother Earth is to, or by, reduce, reuse, recycle. Again, reduce, reuse, recycle. That means if you have things that you do not use already, or you cannot use it according to what it is supposed to function, then you can create it into another object and do not throw it away if possible. You reduce, reuse, recycle. So look at here. so that we would not have a lot of garbages around us. Okay, next, we can also plant more trees. Plant more trees. If we plant more trees, it's hard for floods to attack us, and floods would be minimized because there will be trees that will be protecting us. That's if we plant more trees. Okay? Very good. Remember it. Next, we can also say Mother Earth when we try to say no to plastic. Avoid using products that are made of plastics. If possible, when you go to the market or you go to the grocery store in the mall, you bring your own bags and refrain from using the plastics so that there will be few plastics used in our environment. And lastly, instead of using our own vehicles, we can walk, bike, or ride a public transportation just to minimize the gases or the smokes coming out from our individual vehicles. If it's near, you can walk or you can ride a bike. Or if you don't like to walk or you don't like to bike, you just ride a public transportation. Okay, now, of course, Earth will not be complete if no one is living in it, right? Both living things and non-living things make up the Earth. As I have mentioned to you on our previous video, why is life possible on Earth? That means someone or some things are living on Earth. That's what we're going to talk about today. It's living things and non-living things. Maybe you already have an idea of what it is, okay? Again, repeat after me. Living things and non-living things. What are living things? These are the following characteristics of the living things. First, living things can move. Living things can move. Example, these animals, these plants, they can move. Living things can move. Say it with me. Okay, that's the first characteristic of a living thing. 2. Read, please. Living things can grow. Again, living things can grow. It's your turn to read. Yes, living things can grow, just like this one. From a small or from baby, you grow into much bigger. Living things can grow. That's the second description of a living thing. Third, repeat after me. Living things can reproduce. Again, living things can reproduce. Your turn. Which means living things can produce babies like this one. The chickens can hatch baby chickens and mothers can hatch babies. Living things can reproduce. Next, we have the fourth one. Living things can breathe. Living things can breathe. Flowers are living things because they take in oxygen. Sea creatures are living things because they breathe. And of course, we are living things. People are living things because we can breathe. Living things can breathe. Fifth, living things can excrete waste. Living things can excrete waste. Your turn. Very good. Example. Animals like dogs can get off their waste. Plants as well. People as well. Living things can excrete waste. Can you follow? Alright, very good. And finally, living things can eat. Living things can eat. Kinain. Example, animals can eat. Plants can eat. People, we can eat. Thus, we are living things. And also, living things respond to stimuli. Living things respond to stimuli. Like this, when dogs see food, they salivate or their saliva goes out. There are plants that when touched, they are sensitive, so they close. And people, if they touch hot things, they take away their hand from it. It's responding to stimuli. Therefore, these are living things. We are living things. Okay? Living things can eat, can respond to stimuli, can reproduce, can excrete waste, can breathe. What about non-living things? Non-living things is totally the opposite of living things. They cannot move. They cannot grow. They cannot eat. Non-living things cannot excrete waste. They cannot respond to stimuli, and they cannot reproduce. Again, let's say them one more time. Non-living things is totally, again, the opposite of living things. First, they cannot move. Very good. Next, what's this? They cannot grow. They do not grow. They cannot eat. Very good. They cannot excrete waste. Just unlike people, unlike animals, non-living things do not excrete their waste. Non-living things cannot respond to stimuli. Example, if a table is spilled by a hot water, the table do not move, thus it does not respond to stimuli. So it's a non-living thing. And lastly, non-living things cannot reproduce. Examples of non-living things. What is this? It's a table. A table is a non-living thing. Next, what is this? It is a ball. A ball is a non-living thing. It cannot move unless it's held by a person or it's dribbled by a person. What is this? It's a car. A car is a non-living thing. A car moves, right? But it does not move if no one will drive it. Am I right? Yes. A car is a non-living thing. And what about this one? What is this? It's a pair of scissors. Good job. A pair of scissors is a non-living thing. It cannot move. It cannot grow. It cannot eat. It cannot excrete waste. It cannot respond to stimuli. And mostly, it cannot reproduce. These are just few of the many examples of non-living things. For as long as these things follow this description, they are non-living things. Okay. Now, you try to answer on your own if whether the following objects that I will flash on your screen is a living thing or not. Let's have the first one. A cow. Living or not? Cow. Living or not? What's your answer? Alright, it's a living thing. Did you got it right? Okay, very good. How about the next one? A tree. Is a tree living or not? Living or not? What's your answer? Alright, the answer is a living thing. Very good for those who answer living thing. Good job. Next, how about this book? Is a book living or not? Living or not? What's your answer? Very good. It's non-living. It does not eat, it does not move. It's a non-living thing. Next, how about this snail? Is this snail living or not? Living or not? What's your answer? Very good. It's living thing. Great job, because snails do move. Alright? How about the last one? This chair. Is this chair living or not? Living or not? What's your answer? Good job. It's a non-living thing. Well done, everybody. So, that is what living things and non-living things is all about. Both living things and non-living things live and stay here on Earth. I guess that will be the end of this video. If you missed some important points, you watched it again in your free time. That would be all for today. Thank you very much for listening and for watching. This is Science with Teacher Riva. Goodbye everyone and see you next time. Keep safe always. Goodbye.